to your personal tutorial on feeding your starter. You're going to want to do this every day if you are going to be keeping your starter out of the fridge, so at room temperature. It's going to be needing fed every day. But what I do to make it much more simple is I keep it in the fridge, which slows the starter, and so you only have to feed it once a week, which makes it much more easy to manage your little pet. So here I have my clean container and my scale and my starter that I just got out of the fridge. It's important to keep a lid on your starter, but not to screw it on all the way. So that allows for gas to get in and get out, since it is alive. So it needs to breathe. So what you're gonna do is, with your kitchen scale, you're gonna need to be able to set it to grams. So I turn it on here. It's set to grams and it's at 0. So I'm gonna take your starter out and hopefully get it to drop in there. And you're gonna want 75 grams of starter. Sorry, it's very sticky. So you're just gonna get to 75 or around there. It's fine if it's, I don't like to do less than 75, but I definitely do like 79, super cool, whatever. It's very flexible. So then, after you've gotten your starter in there, then I just tear it out so it's back to 0, because next you're gonna want to add your water. I use filtered water because it will make it taste better, supposedly. And it has to be room temperature, so you don't want to shock it. So what I do is I just fill up a saucepan, put it on the stove for about like a minute on high or whatever, and I just will like swirl my hand around in there, my clean finger that I just washed, to make sure that it's at a good temperature. So it's not too hot, not too cold. And you're gonna want to do 150 grams. So it's double the water for the amount of starter. So just gonna add 150-ish. See, 153, it's okay. And then what you're gonna wanna do is stir it around so it will, so it'll kind of dissolve a little bit. And it will dissolve. Alright, so nice and dissolved. You've got your little water and starter put together. So the next step is flour. So I'm gonna just tear it out again. And then come over here and grab my flour that I should have gotten out already. So I use a mixture of all-purpose flour and whole wheat flour. And I use King Arthur, and I really believe that it makes the bread taste better. So, sorry about that. There's my whole wheat, and there's my all-purpose. So you're gonna do a half and half. So you have equal amount of flour as you do water. So 150. So I do 75 grams of all-purpose and 75 grams of whole wheat. So just adding this till it gets to 75-ish. And then there again, 77 is fine. It's not an exact science. And now I'm just trying to get to 150. We're almost there. So 153, pretty much about the exact same amount of water. So then what you're going to want to do is mix this. And I'm very sorry, but I'm going to have to hold this container, I believe, in order to get this to mix. One second. I will show you the finished product in 1 second. Or you can look at my lovely face as I'm mixing this around, because it is very thick. So, okay, there. So here's your lovely starter. All I do is, for this type, or you're welcome to put it in a mason jar if you have something that's larger, like that size. I just don't have another one. So you're just gonna want to like put the lid on halfway to allow for like some escaping of the air. And then this will go in the fridge for a week, and set a reminder on your phone to feed it in a week. And what you'll see is it rise, and then you'll see it start to fall. When you see it start to fall, you know it's about time to feed it again. So happy feeding your starter.